Yeah, there was this one story my grandma used to tell me a lot. It was about this one particular little bird which she was very fond of, and her childhood stories were always laced with the memories of this bird. That got me so fascinated that I used to ask her that why can't I see the bird? Where is the bird? I had never seen that, and that's when she told me that the bird doesn't seem to be around these days. Even she hadn't seen the bird in a long time, and she had just seen it in her childhood. I was too young to comprehend the ideas about climate change and extinction and species extinction at that time. But as I grew up, I realized that that bird had actually been much less in number due to climate change.
The Parsi community consider the bodies of the deceased to be impure and hence leave their dead on the top of a tall structure called the Tower of Silence to be devoured by the scavenging birds, primarily vultures. They believe this to be the respectful way to perform the rite of passage of their dead. Over the past few decades, India's vulture population has drastically fallen, primarily due to the indiscriminate administration of painkillers like diclofenac to the cattle. The vulture population has shrinked so much that it has begun to pose a major public health risk due to animal carcasses piling up the undevoured. The Parsis are struggling to duly observe their religious customs and give their beloved a respectful last passage.
Countless generations of Bengalis have grown up anticipating Durga Puja, not by means of a calendar, but by spotting a silvery grass, Kash Phool. The tall, soft grass is said to mark the end of the rainy season and herald the autumn, signaling the commencement of East India's most important festivity, the 9-day celebration of Durga Puja. For a few weeks preceding the puja, the general landscape in eastern India suddenly dons a blanket of shimmering silver white. As of late, Kash grass has lost its centuries-old seasonal consistency, appearing prematurely and disappearing haphazardly, growing and wilting inconsistently with staggered season cycles, particularly erratic wet and dry spells caused to an usurped climate balance. Disrupted monsoon and out-of-season showers have left Bengalis wondering about their festive harbinger and childhood memory, while depriving the new generation of Bengalis of a vital traditional connect.
Christmas invariably brings to mind a host of plants and other vegetations, ranging from bushes and shrubs to creepers and climbers. Or does it? With warming days, unpredictable heat and cold waves, erratic precipitation, and shrinking habitats, it is difficult to spot many of the plants mentioned in Christmas literature, from folk tales and carols to novels and short stories set in Christmas.
Across most of the US, though, this year has not been merry or bright for Christmas tree farmers. Here in Wells, Maine, 6 of the last 8 years have been a severe drought.
A lot of people don't realize that, your 6-foot tree is anywhere from 6 to 12 years old. So, that's 6 to 12 years of work.
He says climate change is costing them.
The hard part has been the dry summers.
Yeah.
The hardest part of growing Christmas trees is getting the seedlings through the first year.
In fact, last year, he says 99% of those seedlings he planted died in the heat dome.
Monuments stand testimony to the glory of our civilization. However, no edifice of stone, rock, marble, or metal has remained untouched by the ravage of climate change. Global warming, atmospheric pollution, acid rain, and bolstered extreme weather phenomena have wreaked havoc on the mightiest pieces of heritage, adversely affecting their aesthetic, symbolic, and historic value. Preservation of monuments akin to the pieces of fine art, historical documents, and archaeological relics has become an uphill task in a world with hostile and precarious weather.
When we talk of sustainability, we often talk of our responsibilities as stewards of nature, as in our responsibility to preserve this planet and all its sights and scenes for future generations. So, let's say we have a tiger, we have the forests, we have a beautiful lake. We want our children, our grandchildren, and the generations that come after us to enjoy those very things that do not belong to us in particular, but are bounties of nature meant to be relished, meant to be cherished by all life that inhabits this planet. Now, when we talk of passing on these bounties or these aesthetic treasures or these bounties of nature to the next generation. It's not just the natural heritage, but also the cultural heritage that we have received from our ancestors, that we are merely stewards of, that we want to pass to our future generations. Now, climate change is not only taking away our environmental and natural heritage, it is also taking away the heritage which we humans, as a result of thousands of years of civilization, have made. And that is something that we need to focus on, yet another motivation for us to fight the malady of climate change. Hope this documentary gave you even more reasons to fight this global, this pervasive problem.